From hidden mechanics to weird glitches and unexpected interactions, here are some Plants vs. Zombies 2 facts you probably didn't know. Have you ever noticed something strange in some levels of Plants vs. Zombies 2? There are these flowers that zombies can't step on. These flowers act as an environment modifier, but here's the interesting part. They're actually alive. If you look closely, you'll see them wiggling their petals, and even moving their eyes if the zombies are too close. They will also change color if a zombie step on them. Pretty cool, right? I bet most players never notice that. Now, these flowers can sometimes be really annoying because they make the level harder than usual. Since zombies can't step on them, it becomes much easier to lose if a zombie reaches one of the flowers. But there's actually a trick to deal with this. Some plants can be placed on the flower tile and still let zombies pass without losing the level. A good example is spikeweed and spike rock. Basically, any plant that zombies normally ignore can work. The most convenient one is spikeweed. It's easy to unlock, it only costs 100 sun, and most zombies can't destroy it. That makes it perfect for protecting flower tiles. Just remember one important thing. This trick only works if the flower is inside a tile. If the flower is placed between tiles, then the trick won't work. Now let's talk about Infi-nut. If you're dealing with Imp Cannon zombie, Infi-nut can actually be one of the best counter for this zombie. When you use plant food on it, it creates a barrier that can block almost every imp that gets fired from the cannon. Except during the big imp burst, there's just one small problem. If you're still in Pirate Seas, you probably haven't unlocked Far Future yet. And since that's where you get Infi-nut, this tip might be completely useless for you right now, but hey, at least now you know. Next, let's talk about Blover, because a lot of players are actually using this plant the wrong way. Most people know that Blover can blow away flying zombies, like Balloon Zombie, but Blover can actually do something else. It can also blow away Bugbot Imp. Normally, Blover can't remove them, but when those imps are falling from the sky, Blover can blow them away before they land. But you need perfect timing for this to work. Because if your timing is slightly off, then this won't work at all. You need to activate Blover exactly while the imps are falling. Blover also has a funny interaction with Dandelion. If you plant a dandelion and then activate Blover anywhere on the lawn, all of the dandelion seeds suddenly get blown away. After that, you're left with a completely bald dandelion. Which actually makes sense. In real life, if you blow on a dandelion, the seeds fly away too. The only difference is that in the game, the seeds grow back after a few seconds. Now let's go back to Infi-nut because this plant is extremely useful in Big Wave Beach. A great example is the Fisherman Zombie. Normally, the Fisherman Zombie can hook plants and pull them toward him. But when you use plant food on Infi-nut, it creates a barrier. While that barrier is active, the Fisherman Zombie can't hook anything at all. Additionally, Infi-nut's barrier can cover all lanes. That makes Infi-nut one of the best counters against this zombie. The same thing applies to the Octo Zombie. Octo Zombies usually don't eat plants. Instead, they throw octopi onto them to disable them. But they can't throw octopi onto barriers. So when Infi-nut's barrier is active, the Octo Zombie is forced to walk forward and actually eat the barrier instead. Technically, Moonflower with plant food can also deal with these zombies, but it's honestly not the most practical solution. So it's really not a good idea. Now here's something really strange about the game. There are certain tiles where plants cannot be planted at all. For example, in the Wild West. If you try placing Banana Launcher on a minecart, the game will tell you, bananas are too slippery for minecarts. And in Big Wave Beach, you also can't place normal plants directly in the water unless they're aquatic. But in the Pirate Seas, the water is even weirder. You actually can't plant anything there. No matter what plant you try, the game won't allow it. However, there's a strange little glitch. If you hold a plant right before the level ends, the game suddenly lets you place that plant in the Pirate Seas water tiles. And when you do that, the result looks really weird. I think some of you probably know about this one. Basically, there is a hidden combo that can make Magnifying Grass attack on its own. That plant is none other than Shinevine. Just look at this. How this works is Shinevine produces sun, right? And those suns will automatically go to Magnifying Grass. Because of that, it will start attacking on its own without you even tapping it. And it's even better if your Shine Vine is max level. So, by planting at least 3 lanes of these plants at level, you can easily win without even tapping any magnifying grass. And if you also add Enlightenment to boost them, the magnifying grass basically turns into a machine gun. I also wanted to see what would happen if there were 100 Shine Vines on a single tile, and you placed a single magnifying grass. Well, I expected it to shoot endlessly. Too bad magnifying grass can only connect to 1 Shine Vine. The rest just produces sun. This one is not as useful as the last one. We all know that shadow plants are boosted by Gloom Vine, but there is actually a way to unpower an already powered shadow plant. First, you need to have any powered shadow plant. Then just hold a plant food and wait for the level to end. Then place the plant food on it. Now you have a bugged shadow plant. Next is this Excavator Zombie. Excavator Zombie is one of the most hated zombies in the game. The reason why it is so hated is because it can easily destroy an entire lane. If you forgot to pick lobbed plants, then you're basically cooked. Lobbed plants are not the only counter for this zombie though. Pretty much every insta-kill plant can kill it. Now there is a hidden mechanic that only a few people know about. Any plant that you place in front of it will just get dug up and thrown behind. But if you place it at the right time, when the Excavator Zombie is in the middle of a tile, then it cannot shovel it. Instead, it will try to eat it. This unlocks a hidden animation, which gives you some time to kill it. Next is Wizard Zombie. Just like Excavator Zombie, this one is also one of the most hated in the game. If you just leave it unattended, it can literally turn all your plants into sheep. So if you're struggling, you just need to get Witch Hazel. Witch Hazel can snipe it down even if there are a lot of zombies in front of it. It will always prioritize the Wizard Zombie. There is also Ghost Pepper, since Wizard Zombie cannot transform it no matter what. It's literally a ghost, so it makes sense. But if you're free to play, then just use Cherry Bomb. Some of you might remember that when Balloon Zombie was first introduced, Cactus couldn't actually pop its balloon. This contradicts the logic in the original Plants vs. Zombies, where Cactus is a direct counter to Balloon Zombie. But in later updates, they fixed it, specifically in update 10.2.1. Also, the spike would turn into suns when it came out, which was kinda odd, but that was fixed in a later update as well. We all know that mints are practically immune to all damage. Zombies will just ignore them, even Gargantuars. But there's actually one zombie that can destroy them. The Glitter Zombie. Of course, it can't destroy them in a normal way. You need to add any vine plant to make it work. Here's how it works. When the Glitter Zombie is playing its jam, place a mint inside a vine. That will cause it to be destroyed. You can also revive it using an intensive carrot, although this isn't really that useful. The only way I can think of to maximize this is to try it with Spearmint, and then use an intensive carrot. Now you suddenly have 2 lanes of spike rocks. Moving on to Fire Pea Shooter. Did you know that when you use plant food on it, zombies will start burning even before the flame actually reaches them? Also, Fire Pea Shooter is actually a girl, based on her pronouns in the almanac, which are she and her. So all this time, Fire Pea Shooter has been a girl, while Snow Pea is a boy. Of course, most Plants vs. Zombies, 2 players know that Spring Bean is generally good in the Pirate Seas world. But did you know you can also use Boeing Seta instead? Boeing Seta basically acts like a better version of Spring Bean, since it can push all zombies across the lawn. It can even defeat Gargantuars effortlessly. If you have any content suggestions, feel free to comment below. I'm reading them all. And that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you guys on the next one.